The arrival of the Nikon D3 in 2007 heralded a new dawn for Nikon. As the company's first ever full-frame DSLR, the D3 offered a then-class leading sensitivity range up to the equivalent of ISO 25600, bringing with it all kinds of new possibilities for low-light photography. The enhanced sensitivity range was backed up by a professional-grade build quality and flawless performance, so it was hardly surprising that it soon became the go-to camera for many professional sports and news shooters. While 2010's Nikon DS, with its even greater ISO range of 102,400, may have provided an update, the D4 takes the range into new territory altogether, improving the specification of the DIS in just about every area possible. The Nikon D4 uses an all-new full-frame FX CMOS sensor that offers an effective resolution of 16.2 MP, a sizable improvement over the 12.1 MP of the D3/DIS. Compared to other professional-grade DSLRs such as the 18.2 MP Canon 1DX, or indeed Nikon's own 36.3 MP D800 and 24.3 MP D600 models, the D4's sensor might initially seem a little bit underpowered. However, for professional news and sports photographers working on location, the need is more for a camera that's as reliable at ISO 6400 as it is at ISO 200 than it is about being able to blow images up to billboard proportions. In other words, the light-gathering capabilities of the sensor and how it performs in testing conditions are what really count. In addition to the new sensor, the D4 also gets Nikon's latest generation of Xpeed 3 image processor. This offers 14-bit AD conversion and 16-bit image processing and, combined with the new sensor, is able to provide the D4 with a standard ISO range of 100 to 12,800. This can be further expanded up to ISO 204,800, something only the Canon EOS 1DX can match. The D4 is capable of shooting full-res images at a maximum continuous shooting speed of 11 fps, although to retain full control over f and exposure control this drops to 10 fps. The shutter has been redesigned too, with the resultant Kevlar carbon fiber composite unit tested to 400,000 releases, 100,000 more than the DIS. Internally, there's a new 91,000 pixel metering system that takes the place of the 1,005 pixel module used in previous flagship Nikon DSLRs. This works in tandem with Nikon's advanced scene recognition system to calculate not only the correct metering values, but also to manage white balance, flash exposure, active delighting and the f-system. The Multicam 3500 FX autofocus system that was introduced for the D3 has also been updated. The new system keeps the same 51-point f arrangement, however the central 15 cross-type f sensors are now sensitive up to f/8, which will doubtless be useful for wildlife photographers using teleconverters and long telephoto lenses. Nikon also claims that the D4's f system is faster than the D3's and much more accurate in low light too, with the ability to focus right down to 2 ev, which essentially means moonlight. On the back of the camera, the rear LCD monitor has been slightly enlarged to 3.2 in, from 3 in, and although resolution remains at 921K dots, the color gamut is now close to the sRGB color space for more accurate representation of colors. In addition, the screen is shielded by an anti-reflective coating. Should you prefer, and many users most certainly will, to use the optical viewfinder, then the D4's provides 100% coverage with a magnification of 0.7x. In terms of HD movie recording, the D4 greatly improves on the 720p at 30 fps capabilities of the DIS with 1080p movie capture at 30/25/24 fps using H.264 compression. Should you want to create slow-motion movies, then there's also the option to record 720p HD footage at 60/50 fps. In addition, there are 3 movie crop modes: FX, DX, 1.5x, and 2.7x. native 1920 by 1080. On the side of the camera you'll find a dedicated microphone in jack, with the camera offering 20 individual audio level settings. Next to this is a headphones socket that you can use to monitor sound levels in real time with. Should you want to, you can also output the D4's uncompressed live feed to a suitable storage device via the HDMI connection. Adding to its excellent all-round connectivity, the D4 also gets an Ethernet port, which makes it possible to transmit images directly from the camera via a wired connection. Should you want to go wireless, then you'll need to purchase the optional Weight 5 Wi-Fi transmitter, 500 pounds, that screws onto the side of the body. With this dongle attached, it's possible to control the camera via an iPhone, iPad or computer with a live feed of what the camera sees beamed direct to whatever device you've got it hooked up to. The D4 is powered by a 2000 mAh, 10.8 volts, NEL18 proprietary battery. It's important to note that this is a new battery that uses a different connector layout from the battery used by the D3 and DAS. In other words, D3/DAS owners won't be able to mix and match their battery collection. Nikon branded NEL18 replacements, spares cost around £110 at present. The large rubberized hand grip of the D4 provides a comfortable and secure grip, although given the size and weight of the D4 it does require two hands to operate. Controls are well laid out and fall within relatively easy reach, which helps to make shooting with the D4 an intuitive and enjoyable process. While the general control layout of the D4 follows on from what was found on the DAS, there are a few changes of note, especially with regards to the controls immediately available when the camera is being held in portrait orientation. The main difference here is that the D4 gains a second multi-selector, for control over f-point selection and such like, that falls within range of the thumb, while the F-on button has been repositioned to sit next to it. A thumb grip has also been added, which makes holding the camera in portrait mode more comfortable. One other notable difference on the back is that whereas the DAS offered a single live view button which could be used to toggle in and out of live view, the D4 offers a two-way switch that allows you to toggle directly between stills and video capture. One further difference is that the F/M switch on the front of the camera no longer enables you to switch directly between FS and FC. Instead, you have to press the button in the middle of the switch and then use the front command dial to switch between the D4's various F modes and the rear dial to toggle between FS, FC and FA. One final touch worth mentioning is that the buttons on the rear of the camera can now be illuminated, making the camera much easier to work with in low light. In terms of performance, the D4's 51-point F system improves over what was found in the DAS to offer one of the very best F systems going, if not the best. Used in FS mode, focus is not only lightning fast in good light but remains impressively quick when light levels drop too. Given that the D4 is likely to find favor with news and sports photographers shooting moving subjects, FC is likely to find regular use too. And thankfully it doesn't disappoint. Working alongside the D4's advanced scene recognition system and utilizing the new 91,000 pixel metering system, you can opt to use 9, 21 or all 51 of the D4's f-points in dynamic F mode. In addition, the camera also offers 3D focus tracking, which is essentially a predictive system that will track your subject across all of the